This new video is gonna blow your mind. Trust me, it will. So, let's get into the video.
My name is Kaitlyn Harper, and my father, Douglas Harper, had a very particular gift, the ability to make you feel invisible while standing directly in front of him. He wasn't violent, wasn't a drinker. From the outside, Douglas was perfectly respectable, semi-retired accountant, sharp dresser, the kind of man who remembered every client's birthday, but routinely forgot he had a third child. That third child was me. Growing up, it was a running joke in our house, except nobody was laughing. School plays, Dad would arrive, find seats for Mum, my brother Callum and sister Pippa, and simply not account for me. I'd come off stage flushed and excited, and find 3 people in the row. I'd squeeze in at the end, and Dad would look genuinely surprised, like I'd materialized from thin air. "Oh, Kaitlyn, yes, good, good." Not cruel, just absent, which is somehow worse. Family photos, I'm half cut out in most of them. Christmas, I'd unwrap gifts while Dad animatedly discussed Callum's football or Pippa's grades. I learned early to make myself loud enough to exist in that house. It exhausted me. The embarrassments got sharper as I got older. I didn't have children young. I focused on my career, architect, decent one, bought my own flat in Manchester at 31, built a life I was genuinely proud of. But every Harper family gathering became a tribunal. Dad holding court at the table. Callum's got 3 now, Pippa's expecting her second. "Kaitlyn, when are you giving us something to celebrate, love?" Every single time. Once, I snapped back. "I'm celebrating paying my own mortgage, Dad. Does that count?" The table went quiet. Dad chuckled like I'd made a delightful little joke and moved on. That was the moment I stopped trying to be seen by him and started thinking clearly. Dad turned 70 the following spring. The family decided on a big dinner, hired a private room at a restaurant in Leeds, 40 guests, speeches, the works. Callum asked me to organise it, which I did, completely. Venue, catering, florals, invitations, seating, 8 weeks of invisible work. The night arrived. The room looked beautiful. Guests flooded in, complimenting everything. Dad walked in, looked around approvingly, hugged Callum. "Well done, son, this is brilliant." Callum, to his credit, looked uncomfortable. "Dad, Kaitlyn organised all of this." Dad glanced at me briefly. "Oh, lovely, yes," then turned back to Callum. I smiled, said nothing, because by then I had already written my speech. When the speeches came, I stood up last. I thanked everyone warmly. I talked about family. I talked about the invisible labour of love, how the flowers don't arrange themselves, how the caterers don't book themselves, how sometimes the people doing the most work are the easiest ones to look past. The room was very quiet. Then I pulled out a small photo album I'd made, printed, bound, 40 copies, one at every place setting. Guests were already flicking through them. Every school play photo where my seat was empty, every Christmas where I was mid-disappear at the frame's edge, a short, warm, truthful caption under each one. Not vicious, just honest. Dad's smile faded slowly as the room absorbed it. I closed my speech like this. "Dad, you built a family worth celebrating. I just wanted to make sure on your 70th that all of it was finally in the frame, including me." Auntie Ross started crying first, then others. Dad sat very still. He rang me the next morning. Long silence before he spoke. "That album. Yes. I didn't know you felt." He stopped. "I didn't know." "I know you didn't, Dad. That was rather the point." Another silence. Then something I had waited 34 years to hear. Not an excuse, not a pivot, just a quiet, stripped back. "I'm sorry, Kaitlyn. I'm genuinely sorry." I sat with that for a long moment. I know. Revenge doesn't always look like destruction. Sometimes it looks like a photo album on a dinner table, and a father who finally, for the first time, has absolutely nowhere to look except directly at you. I'd waited 34 years to be seen. On his birthday, I made it impossible not to.